Hi Taurus, welcome to your July and August 2017 Prosperity Report. It's Rena here. So how I do these readings is I look at the astrological transits that affect your earned income, and Taurus rules the second house of earned income, so that's all good. And then I also look at, then I pick some cards for you. I'm going to do a simple 3-card tarot spread and some of my oracle cards. So I wanted to tell you that starting around the 5th of July, Venus will enter your second house of earned income, your house, as I said, in the sign of Gemini. And this can mean moolah, that money is increased, you attract it, it's just all good. And then on the last day of the month, Venus goes into the 3rd house of communication. So that becomes a time when you can profit from ideas, words that you say, words that you write. So YouTube, blogs, articles, novels, that sort of thing. In August, on the 27th, Venus goes into the 4th house of home and family. And this is in Leo. Leo is featured for the sign of Taurus in many ways. There are 2 new moons, one in July, one in August. New beginnings in home and family. The first one is July 23rd at 0 degrees of Leo. And the second one is on August 21st at, I believe is it 27? 28 Leo. Now, the second new moon on the 21st of August is actually a solar eclipse. So that is a very powerful new moon, and that has long-reaching implications. It may not be something that happens right on that day. And actually, thank God for that, because this is during a Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is going to be retrograding in Virgo, which is your sister Earth sign. 5th house matters, going back into the 4th house. So you may be rethinking a home business. You may be rethinking situations involving a creative project, and it somehow relates to home. It could have to be with family and with children too. So, but I want to stick to business stuff when I talk about that. So basically what I'm trying to say to you is that late new moon in Leo is more of an unstable influence because it's during a Mercury retrograde. So, and even they say at the beginning of an eclipse, it's not really a good idea to start something because there's a lot of instability around that period of time anyhow. So things should shake out starting in about September 5th, when Mercury goes direct, and then it gains speed. So like mid to late September should be a little bit better. And you know, after the new moon in the 5th house, you should be able to see if you're starting a new business, if it really is viable. And hopefully you started it sometime in July, towards the end of July and before the Mercury retrograde. But, you know, it all depends on your own intuition, obviously. So, let's see what else I wanted to say. Well, there's a lot of ambition surrounding issues related to home with Mars there. You're going to be very, very driven. So maybe you're going to want to sell or buy a home for whatever reason, and that can be featured. The other thing is that, oh yeah, this is very important for Taurus, because in August, on August 7th, there's a lunar eclipse, and that's going to be in Aquarius. Aquarius is the 10th house for Taurus. Okay, so a lunar eclipse can bring things out of your life. Usually, you know, lunar eclipses are full moons. And so usually we say full moons can be culmination, and it can be a time of, you know, reaping what you sowed earlier on. But lunar eclipses seem to be about exits, you know, because they take things away. But I would say that we could also look at the same qualities of a full moon in triplicate because of that additional energy that they bring. So perhaps it could bring some sort of manifestation that is even beyond your wildest dreams. So look to that, you know, period of time and beyond, because that also, as a lunar eclipse, has far-reaching effects. And see if you notice that your career matters explode. Okay, so the money's good. I really like this for you. And now, let's start the actual card reading. I actually like those cards. And this is the Earth Magic deck that I'm going to be picking a card from. Shuffle. Ooh, Cave, Sanctuary. I wonder if that's like the Hermit card in the tarot, or the Four of Swords in the Minor Arcana. Okay, and this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Ta-ta-ta. Perfect companion piece. Time for a nap. Well, let's see. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to go to bed just yet. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a Law of Attraction card. Let's see what we got here. And I can't look at these cards when I pick it because there's no back, and that's the only thing that I... you know, the wording is on both sides, so I kind of look away as I'm shuffling. Okay. I'm going to, you know, actually pick both of these because I actually had my hand on both of them. One says empowerment, the other one says attitude. So maybe an attitude of empowerment. These are only like affirmations, so that doesn't take so long to go into. But first we have the Earth Magic card, and it is a card called Sanctuary, Cave. I don't think I've ever been in a cave, and I can't wait to go into one because they have crystals. I'm just fascinated by caves. Okay. There's a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary, yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place of peace. Whether it is a cave, meadow, forest, seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul. Rather than having your computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity be your sanctuary, allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. And I would add to this, and I love that one. I really love that one. I didn't expect it to be that. I thought they would just say be alone. But the fact that they're talking about connecting with nature, maybe because I'm Taurus rising, and I also have Moon in Virgo, so that is my, you know, I have a lot of earth in me. That is something that appeals to me, but I'm sure that a lot of you You might even do this already. Perhaps you garden, or you like to go to a lake. But in addition to that, I recommend, if you are trying to change your life, that you bring along a pen and paper and not necessarily use electronics. Really write it out, because the writing it out kind of, it's like it underscores it. When you type, there tends to be this disconnect, I think. And when you actually physically write things, there's more of a tangible connection between what you're thinking and what you're going to do. And plan it out and take a day for yourself that isn't involving anybody else, and go into nature with the intention of mapping out what it is that you'd like to do. I think that's a wonderful idea. And the other one is time for a nap. I'm sure some of you can appreciate that one. Rest, rejuvenation, and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. This is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So that is a wonderful, wonderful companion piece to Sanctuary. And so these are my cards of Law of Attraction. This one is Empowerment. It says, I recognize and appreciate all that inspires me to feel empowered. I would add to that, look at the converse, look at the opposite of that. What in your life, who in your life makes you feel disempowered? What do you put into your consciousness that creates fear, that creates doubt? Is it a television program? Is it some sort of article that you read? In the form of a person? Is there a person, or are there people who laugh at your dreams? Who tell you that you need certain things in order to be okay, and yet you want to break away from those things? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a habit, and people are trying to discourage you. It's always worth considering these things, because we either feel that sense of empowerment or we feel disempowered. And I was just doing a reading, this type of reading for Aries. And I was talking about, I read one of those oracles, and they were talking about the solar plexus, which happens to be the third chakra. And I was noting how when you feel disempowered, you might get a stomach ache, or you might get butterflies in the stomach. You might feel queasy because you feel an assault on your sense of being able to make something happen. And there's always that kind of, I don't know, it's like a discouraging mentality. And the end result is that you feel discouraged. And then you don't want to act because you think it's not going to happen anyway. So I think this is a very important thing to consider. And the other card is attitude. And it says, I attract success and positive people into my life with my positive attitude. And yes, you know, I just mentioned other people in your life, but of course, you also attract certain people into your reality. So if you look around you and you see people that you do not resonate with anymore, perhaps at one time they made more sense in your life because you had the same vibration. But now things may be different. You may be growing in different directions. So having that understanding, that attitude, attracts you to new people, new places, and new things. And that is like totally awesome. Okay, Taurus, I hope you have a wonderful upcoming 2 months. If you'd like a private reading, I have career readings, love readings, things like that. Please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome rest of the summer or winter if you're in the southern hemisphere. Take care. Bye.